Good afternoon, Officer Congressman Bacon. How can I help?
Hi, I just wanted to call Representative Bacon and congratulate him for almost growing a pair. He almost grew a pair and stood up to take his job back, his ability to vote on tariffs back, but then instead he cowered away despite knowing how much the tariffs are hurting the people he works for at the last minute. So he almost did it. He almost grew a pair of balls, but last minute coward. So if he works a little harder, maybe he'll get it soon.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'll pass that message along to the congressman.
Does he think that we pay him to give away his responsibilities to the executive branch? Is that what he thinks we pay him for? Or do we pay him to go do his job? Sounds like he might be a lazy government employee if he keeps giving away his responsibilities to the executive branch. Sounds like he doesn't want to actually work.
Okay. Well, I'll pass these messages along to the congressman.
Yeah, maybe he should consider reporting himself to Doge.
Maybe. Okay. I'll pass that along.
Thank you very much. Have a terrible day.
Yep.
This is the office of Congressman Van Orden. How can I help you?
Hi, I am calling because I saw that in response to what happened to Mr. Kirk, Representative Van Orden said, quote, "Every single one of you here, you're at fault. You are responsible for that assassination yesterday." So I am wondering, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much did Mr. Van Orden, saying, quote, "I will not allow these leftist scumbags to take my country," or, quote, "the gloves are off." How much did that contribute to the lynchings that occurred in Mississippi this week?
May I ask where you're calling from?
May I ask how much he contributed to that political violence?
I'm sorry, but this line is reserved for the 3rd District of Wisconsin constituents.
I don't tell people who incite violence where I live. Are you going to tell me how much? Is he a 10, I guess he's responsible for that, given his little scale he's created here?
Ma'am, this line is reserved for the constituents of the 3rd District.
Tell Mr. Van Orden he's the scumbag and that he is the one calling for political violence. The gloves are off is explicitly a call for political violence, and that he should go himself and you should too. So, fun fact, I didn't actually see the entire quote until after I called, but turns out Mr. Anti-Violent Rhetoric said he's going to be, quote, "at war with the left for the next 20 years. In addition, he actually tweeted "gloves are off" 15 times in the past week. 15 times in relation to people on the left and media. Everyone but the people actually at fault. And lastly, and probably the most ridiculous thing I've heard him say, which is hard because this guy's an absolute nut job. He might be the nuttiest person in Congress. I know that's hard. He called the left brown shirts. Multiple times. The left wear the brown shirts.
Calling the office of Congressman Jim Jordan. How may I help you?
Hi, I am wondering what Mr. Jordan is going to do in his role as the chair of the House Judiciary Committee about the DOJ. Well, first, the administration calling out how much of a problem left-wing extremism is, while simultaneously deleting from the DOJ website the studies that show that far-right attacks continue to outpace all other types of terrorism. What's he going to do about the fact that they're blatantly lying to us and then removing the studies from the DOJ website that show that they're lying to us?
Well, ma'am, I cannot speak on behalf of the congressman, but I'll make sure to pass this message along.
So he doesn't have any action items in line for that yet?
None that I'm authorized to speak about, ma'am.
Okay, well, I don't know why he has people who aren't authorized to speak about his behavior picking up his phones, but I look forward to seeing him not only calling out that the DOJ is intentionally obstructing the truth from us, erasing it from DOJ websites, because it counteracts Mr. Trump's violent rhetoric. To be clear, if we're talking about violent rhetoric, And I look forward to him calling out the actual facts of the matter, which is that right-wing extremism and attacks outpace all other types of terrorism and domestic violence domestic violent extremism in the U.S. So I look forward to hearing that. And if I don't, I'll know precisely where he stands.
All right, ma'am.
Have a day.
Congresswoman Nancy Mace's office. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm calling because I saw that Ms. Mace put a resolution, I think, to censure Representative Omar, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. So I wanted to first thank her for calling out, we need to really we have to condemn political violence. And I saw in that resolution, she said, Ilhan Omar has shown us exactly who she is. She refuses to condemn the loss of innocent lives when it doesn't suit her agenda. So all thumbs up there. I'm wondering if you can point me to her public statement regarding the obvious lynchings in Mississippi this week.
I am unsure actually about her statement on that.
I'll fill you in. She doesn't have one. It seems that she doesn't condemn political violence that doesn't suit her agenda. Men were lynched.
I'm not sure she 100%,
Well, she hasn't. You can't assure me 100% because she hasn't. I've looked. So I would like to know when she's going to be. I would like to know when she's going to be putting in the resolution to call for her censuring for not condemning the lynchings as though it's the 1800s that happened in this country. Well, you can't assure me that because she doesn't, and I know you're not allowed to speak on her behalf, so be careful there.
But I can speak on her behalf to say that she does.
You can, okay, so you can speak on behalf of her to say things that make her look good.
Ma'am, I think we're going off in kind of the wrong direction here. Would you mind, condensing your message into something?
Yeah, my message is do not lie. She hasn't condemned it, so I expect to see her condemning it.
Again, she's a busy woman, but I can assure you that she condemns all
Too busy to condemn. Too busy to condemn.
I want a statement on that.
Too busy to condemn lynchings, but not too busy to call for everything against. To call.
Okay, ma'am, we're not really having a productive conversation.
Yeah, because you keep interrupting me. It's not productive. You're not doing a very good job at your job.
Well, ma'am, you're just yelling at me. I'm really unsure how.
I keep yelling because you keep speaking over me. I can talk in a lower volume if you don't keep interrupting me.
Well, ma'am, I can't give a message to the congresswoman that doesn't contain truth, and so if you're going to say something
that doesn't contain truth, show me where her my statement is that she hasn't made a statement. Tell me where the lack of truth is, you call him back. If you're gonna call, tell your little glorified answering machine that's working in there with you that if she's gonna call me a liar, she should provide the receipts. I called and said that Miss Mace has not spoken out condemning the lynchings in Mississippi, and she called me a liar and hung up on me. So that's not how you do your job. Her job is to be a glorified answering machine.
Ma'am, I was listening to the conversation. She never once called you a liar.
She literally did, and I have it on video, and it's going on the internet. This is going on the internet, and she did, and I have it on video. Thank you.